This might be the dumbest bank robbery in American history. A guy stole over $17 million and then basically handed the FBI all the evidence they needed to catch him. His name was David Ghantt, and he was an armored car driver for a company called Loomis Fargo. His job was to move huge amounts of cash between banks every single day. He barely made enough money to survive, handling millions but broke. Long hours, low pay. It really got to him. A former co-worker, Kelly Campbell, and her friend, a small-time criminal named Steve Chambers, came to him with a plan. So, David's brilliant plan, steal Loomis Fargo vault cash, then just disappear, right? On the night of October 4th, 1997, David stayed late after his shift. He disabled a few security cameras, grabbed the recording tapes, and started loading a company van with stacks of cash. He thought he was being clever, but he made a huge mistake. He missed one hidden camera. This camera caught everything him stuffing the van with money, and he thought he'd gotten away with it. In just a few hours, he stole $17.3 million in cash, making it one of the largest cash heists in US history at the time. The next part of the plan was for David to escape to Mexico with just a small amount of cash. The rest of the money, the millions, would stay with Steve Chambers until the heat died down. Think about that for a second. He trusted a career criminal to hold on to his millions and split it with him later. What could possibly go wrong? Well, everything. Almost immediately, Steve and his wife started spending the money like they'd won the lottery. They bought a brand new luxury house, a new BMW, and went on insane shopping sprees. They were walking into banks and depositing huge stacks of $20 bills right after the robbery made national news. At one point, one of them actually asked a bank teller, "How much money can I deposit before the government gets suspicious?" The FBI barely had to do any detective work. The criminals were practically turning themselves in. But then came the biggest twist. The FBI intercepted phone calls that revealed Steve was allegedly planning to hire a hitman to kill David in Mexico so he could keep all $17 million for himself. Soon after, David was arrested in a small town in Mexico. The rest of the crew, including Steve and Kelly, were arrested back in North Carolina. Most of the money was recovered, and this whole crazy story even became the inspiration for the movie Masterminds. After stealing millions, what did David get? Prison, tons of debt, you know? And the title of one of the most embarrassing crime stories in history. If you love true crime stories where greed leads to total disaster, make sure to subscribe for more.